Hello, everyone. Hi. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. It's a pleasure once again from my side and behalf of the whole team to welcome all of you for today's webinar. And you can see in your screen, we have EalSuite Evolution. We have another weeks of releases. And I'm really excited to explain all of this today. And I'm quite sure that everybody who's joining this meeting is as excited as me, and I hope that everybody will be staying till the very end of the webinar so you can have a clear cut clarity on what we have bought in this week. All right. So I can see few people joining in and few questions already coming up in the chat regarding the mic mute option. Yes. So I'll just explain the different features that we have within the platform, and then I'll come specifically to your mute and unmute option. So on the very left, you can see the chat option. You can utilize the chat to write down whatever doubts or queries that you're having. If you're coming across any specific doubts regarding the software or anything regarding the releases and everything, you can ask it down in the Q&A section. Then you have the raise hand option. You can utilize it when you're coming across doubts. And at the very end also, you can use the raise hand option. And if you're having some specific doubts, I'll be unmuting everyone. All right. So we can have a verbal communication on whatever your doubts are. All right. We have the react button also. So, whatever your emotions are, you can throw it against me. All right. So yes, you won't be able to unmute yourself. I have not given any permission to mute or unmute any of anyone's audio, but I can do it individually right here itself. So if you want me to do it, you can always ask me to do it and I'll do it. All right. So I hope that my screen is visible for everyone and there's no issue with my audio. If there is an issue with my audio, please mention that. If there's an issue with my video, please mention that. We have the chat. It's all up to it's in your hands. You can utilize it the way you want, which will be productive for the entire group who is watching this. All right. So I'm going to be giving few more minutes for everyone to just settle down, and then we will start with our webinar. All right. If there is anything else that you want to ask me before we start with the webinar, you can do that as well. Let's start. I'm getting messages like let's get started. All right, we'll do that. Uh, So my name is Varun Krishna. I will be guiding each and everyone today in explaining the new releases. And you can go through our documentation page, the release notes page, and get the detail of new releases. You can just keep a screen parallel and check it out, the same time when I'm explaining everything right in front of you. All right. So LCW Evolution catalog lookup field, versatile email profile features, project allocation flexibility, and more. We have so many things to speak about. And first of all, as always, we'll bring in our release notes. All right. So we have the releases for 15th of June 2024. And the first feature update is catalog lookup field. So in the past few months, we were, spreading out the lookup field, right? Customers, suppliers, items, warehouses, so and so. Right now, we have bought in catalog as well. So we'll be looking into that. Now, one of the most anticipated release, the versatile email profile feature. So you can customize your email communication with the new email profile feature, allowing the use of multiple email connectors tailored to different scenarios. And this adds flexibility and precision to how you manage outbound communication. And it's a very exciting one for me. And we'll be taking a look into that. Next, we have project allocation flexibility. We introduce an enhanced option to allocate the converted to bill to a specific project while keeping the converted from bill unallocated. So this provides greater flexibility and accuracy in project bill management. And then we have three resolved issues. The first one related to invoice unit display correction, the next one related to journal entry, and the next one related to cost center filtering. All right. So I hope that everybody has settled in nicely. We can start with the first feature update, which is catalog lookup field. So what are the benefits of catalog lookup field? So we have improved our catalog management with the efficient lookup. You can streamline your business, and locating specific catalogs can be easy when it comes to different modules. You can enable users to swiftly and effectively select the desired catalog within the system, and then we have efficient management as well. So let me just work with that. So we'll first of all go into the items module into catalog, and you can see there are 4 catalogs created against sale and 2 catalog created against the purchase module. All right, now let me go to the settings module, and within the first branch we'll create a custom field called against suppliers called new lookup catalog. You can select the field type as lookup and the lookup module as catalog. All right, I am keeping this particular custom field in all the forms, and you can submit. So next time when you're creating a new supplier, you can provide the supplier name, you can provide the company name, then GST register type, email address, secondary field, all of these. And you can see an option, which is the default option of selecting the catalog. And right here, we have created a new field called new lookup catalog. And right from here, you can choose your catalogs. So let me select selected. No. Let me just select new purchase catalog here. And I'm not providing any address right now. I'm clicking on save. And a new supplier has been created. We have the profile basic summary and the custom fields here. And you can see a new lookup catalog, which is of a field type catalog lookup. So in which use case, can anyone tell me in which situation this particular thing comes in handy? Can anyone tell me in which situation this particular use case comes in handy? Can you open up the custom field creation page once again? Okay, that is possible. We can create by going into settings. And is there any particular type that I want to choose, sir? I need to choose item. Okay. And field name will be, let me just put it as AAA. Field type, which one? Lookup itself. Okay. Lookup. Here also I can select catalog. So while creating an item, you can even directly assign. See, you can directly assign a catalog to an item. If you just want to keep it as a lookup field while going through the item, then in a custom field format, this can also be done. Okay, thank you. All right. I hope the creation part and everything is clear. It's very like easy, like there's no difficult workflows or anything like that. All right. So we can move on right to the next feature update. Yes, nobody is having any doubts. Fine, then we'll be moving into the highly anticipated email profile. So what are the advantage of email profile feature, and how do this enhances our email communication? So we can provide customized email communication. You can tailor email content to specific audience or campaigns by increasing the relevance and engagement. Then you can utilize multiple email connectors like default mail exchange, SMTP, and mailgun methodologies. And we have the enhanced outbound communication precision as well. So by adding additional flexibility and customization based on recipient preferences. So let's look into that. So you can go to settings and select the branch first of all. And under company setup, we have email profiles. So rather than we have changed it from email settings to email profiles. All right. So here we have the email profile name, the email provider, and then there's a manage section. Right. So while you're creating your workspace, there's an option, right, where you can provide a reply email email address and everything. So based on that, the default EalSuite email exchange will automatically be created. Then we have two more options to create email profiles. And which are they? We have SMTP and Mailgun. So if I'm configuring SMTP, I need to create a new profile of Department of Sales. And we have the email address like sales@mlp.net. So what's the advantage of creating a new email profile? You can utilize all of these individual profiles in different situations. Imagine a company has 5 different departments: an IT department, a sales department, a purchase department, a warehouse department, and some another department, a construction department or an engineering department, electrical engineering department. So when a company has to send an email from a department of sales, they can select this particular department of sales, right? And they will get an email address from sales@mlp.net. And you can provide a password also. Then we have, server or host. For example, I'm going to give you a server or a host like smtp.zoho.in. This is a valid one. You can either put smtp.outlook.in. So which is your server or host, you can provide that. Then authentication type will be SSL. Port number will be 465. Now, there's an option to provide the custom mail for reply option. So custom mail, I'm going to write Farshad 1995 at farshad@mlp.com or .net or something like that. So what is the advantage? So the time when there's a situation you want to send an outbound email from the Department of Sales, you can simply select the email profile of Department of Sales, so that when the user replies to this particular email, what happens? None other than Farshad at your company will be receiving the reply email, right? So let me just submit it. So the next time when you're creating, you have another purchase department also, right? So Department of Purchase. So Department of Purchase can also configure one with SMTP, where the email address will be again sales@mlp.net, the password to that particular email address. Then we have a server or host, again smtp.zoho or outlook.in. It will be Zoho itself, because both sales@mlp.net, the email server is that of Zoho's. Then custom email will be krishna@mlp.com, because Krishna is not part of the sales department. He's part of the purchase department, and he's the one who will be taking decisions based on purchase side. So you want the reply mail from your customer to go to Krishna rather than Farshad, right? So till date, you were not able to do that. You were only able to configure a single SMTP or a Mailgun profile within EalSuite. Right now, we are providing you multiple options, and you can click on submit. Now let's take a look into what happens with respect to Mailgun also. So Department of Engineering, I'm putting it as secondary, and they are right now using Mailgun methodology. So they can provide an API key, an API URL, whatever the URL, maybe you can provide it. Then again, a logged in user or a custom email, right? So chesla@mlp.com will be the reply address. So in that way also they can submit. So what is the advantage here? So while you're sending an invoice, you can select the share option, click on invoice created, and we have multiple profiles here. So you're sending this in terms of sale. So you can right now select the two. If it's already there, then you can click on send. Imagine if you're sending a purchase order, right? A purchase order. In this situation, what do you want to do for department of purchase? So till date, this was not possible. Every time a mail has to be sent through SMTP or a mail gun, then that was for a single profile. The reply email will be always be the same. Right now, it will always be different based on different departments, based on different situations. You can create n number of email profiles. The default email exchange provided by EalSuite will always be there. You can utilize that also if you only need that. So that's the way in which email profiles works. Is there any doubts? I'm expecting doubts for this particular question. Okay, I already have a question. Is there any limitation to the number of email profiles that we can create? As of now, we have not provided any limitation to the number of email profiles that you can create. Yes, sir. Each and every mail sent through SMTP will be sent through your server. And for Mailgun, it will be through Mailgun server. So that is the option that we are providing to you. You don't have to necessarily send everything from EalSuite server. You can send it behalf of your company itself. Is there any other doubts regarding the advantages of email profile? No, I guess. So we are moving on. We have project allocation flexibility, where we have enhanced the allocation flexibility. So we have provided option for specific project allocation after the bill has been converted, right? So let's see how this works out. Let me create a new sales quotation. All right, in a published manner. Right now, I'm not associating any projects. All right. Okay, I'm creating a new quotation. I'm not associating anything to any project. Let me just read out this page. Okay, I'll go to projects, and we don't have a project against Pushpa. No, we don't have. Okay, so that's possible. So we are providing a quotation to Pushpa in a published manner, like we just did earlier. Then the price and everything. Now we have published. Imagine it got accepted, right? And you're directly converting it into an invoice. And during this time only, I'll keep it in this page. We'll come to projects. We'll create a new project as Pushpa project, due date 30th. Choose customer as Pushpa. And the milestone managers are also selected. Select. Now I'm converting it into an invoice. See, while creating a quotation, we never allocated it into any project. Right now, here we have the option to select the project. So that is the deal. So that's the way in which this particular function works out. So the advantage here is that, let me just read out this page. Earlier, while creating a quotation, if you have not allocated any the particular bill to any project, then it will not be getting, so an allocation will not be possible while you're converting from a quotation into an invoice. So that is the particular situation. So right now we have enhanced this particular functionality, and we have introduced a project allocation methodology when it comes to this particular feature as well. So that's the way in which this functionality goes. All right. So we can return back to the project section, or maybe right now we have, yes. So we have a new project against Pushpa right now. And what we can do, we'll return back to quote. Yeah, this is a quotation that we have created, right? It is not associated to any project. While you're converting it into an invoice, There should be an option shown for projects. Let me just do one thing. Let me just save it. So it is converted here. Now I can edit. Yes. So you have to save it first, and then you can edit the invoice and associate it into a project. So you can see this project has been associated, and that is that of Pushpa's project. So is there any doubts related to project allocation flexibility? No. All right. So the next one is invoice unit display correction. All right, let's see how this works out. It's a very small bug that we had. We will go to inventory and we'll search for an item called, yeah, Apna Cam 3 megapixel 4G PTZ, which is used for live monitoring. What's the unit of this? Pieces, right? Unit is pieces. So we'll create a new invoice. We'll select the customer. We'll select the item. Unit is pieces, 2 items being sold. Then click on save, right? Now I'm returning back here. I'm editing. I'm removing the unit and I'm saving. I'm returning back. I'm editing. Right now, you're not able to see the unit, right? But that was not the case earlier. Earlier, unit was visible. And even though if we saved, it was still shown with a unit of pieces. Right now, it is not getting reflected like that. So the bug that we have fixed is that if we go to inventory and remove or unallocate that particular unit against an item, and once you return back to the invoice and edit it, it will also be unallocated, radically, or it won't be visible within your invoice. Small bug, I would say. Next one is journal entry creator integrity. So what happened here? What happened here is that we'll go to accounting and we'll go to transactions into journal entries. You can see that this particular journal entry was created by Tamare, not Varun Krishna, right? So if I edit it and if I change the values or something like that, right? My question is, if I click on submit and I return back to the smart view into the column of created by, whose name will be getting reflected there? Will it be Tamare's or will it be Varun Krishna? Can anyone answer? Yeah, Tamare. Tamare. Yes, everybody is telling me Tamare. It will be Tamare, right? But earlier that was not the case. So that bug is also being resolved right now. Okay. And we have finally one more cost center filter functionality. This is also another funny one because if I go to the report section and into the invoices reports, all right, here I have this particular month and let me select the cost center as R&D and I filtered it. I need to take a PDF output of this. If I click on PDF output, you will be getting the output downloaded in a PDF format. And we expect 4 entries to be present there. So we can open it. And yes, we have 4 entries present there. But before this bug was fixed, the issue was that you get this output. You get this particular output. The cost center filter was not getting reflected there. So even if you select a particular cost center, the output was coming like this. It was not getting properly reflected there. That was the thing. All right. I hope it's clear. And 3 very small bugs, but very crucial ones that we have fixed. And I hope that you're also clear with the resolved issues. So right now, we're back again. Questions and answers section. Please shoot your questions and I'll be able to happily answer those. Is there any doubts, anyone? No. Is everything clear? Once we get that confirmation, then it will be a smooth finish, I would say. I hope it's clear for everyone, right? Then we don't need to, drag this section, along. So it's your place out there. You can go through the software. You can apply these features if it's useful to you. You can take a note of it, and one day it will come in use for everyone. So you can utilize it then. If you're coming across any doubts, you can always reach out to us, our support team, our sales partners, our support partners team. You can do that and you can get your issues resolved. So in that case, thank you very much everyone for joining. It was another exciting session for me, and I'll be expecting everyone to join back in 2 weeks time. Right? Thank you very much. Bye.